Hello everyone. At the outset, I would first like to wish you a very happy and prosperous 2015. I pray to Almighty that it brings along all that you wish for. I am here today to speak to you about Motilal Oswal Most Focused Long-Term Fund, an equity-linked savings scheme with a 3-year lock-in period. As you all know, equity-linked savings scheme fall under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act, which gives us a rebate on the income tax that is payable to the Government of India. As far as Section 80C is concerned, you all might be knowing that it doesn't consist only of equity-linked savings schemes. In fact, what the Government of India communicates to all of us through this section is that if we are willing to save and invest for the long term so that we may meet some of our future goals, then they are willing to give us some rebates on the income tax that is payable to the government. Obviously, the caveat is that if you are willing to deploy money towards the right objectives, only then will they actually give you a rebate. It's not that there are only equity-linked schemes under this Section 80C. As you might be aware, there are bank deposits, there are small saving schemes like PPC, PPF, NSC, KVP, etc. There are of course insurance policies which qualify. But one of the important things to keep in mind is that you only get an income tax rebate if you are willing to lock in your money for say 3 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, whatever the period may be, and you lock it in for a right set of objectives. Now, isn't it purely logical that if you have to lock in so that you get a tax rebate, then you might as well lock in into something which has the highest potential for return and at the same time has the least possible lock-in. And from that perspective, I always advise investors that ELSS is the ideal option because it's an equity-linked savings scheme. As we all know, equity has the highest potential for return as compared to insurance-linked plans or as compared to fixed interest plans. And at the same time, the lock-in is only 3 years as compared to some of the other options. Also, I would like to highlight to you that at Motilal Oswal, we have always been advising you that the best way to create wealth or the ideal route to wealth creation is to buy stocks of good quality companies and hold on so that you ride through the entire growth curve. We've always been telling our investors that money is not made by selling, money is made by sitting. And that's where we always say buy right, sit tight. An ELSS offering from Motilal Oswal, from that perspective, as you might have understood, turns out to be an ideal offering because Motilal Oswal always believes in buy right, sit tight. And as far as ELSS schemes are concerned, they are the ideal platform on which one can actually practice buy right, sit tight because you're anyway going to lock in your money for 3 years. And that's the best mechanism to practice buy right, sit tight. So I would urge you to consult your financial advisor and have a look at this particular investment option that has come up. January, February is anyway the point in time when we all are doing our tax planning. Ideally, going forward next year, I would suggest that you do an SIP starting April. But as far as this financial year is concerned, if you haven't already planned for your Section 80C tax benefits, then please do consider Motilal Oswal Most Focused Long-Term Fund and of course consult your financial advisor. Before parting, the last thing I wanted to share with you is that last 1 year we have seen equity markets rewarding all of us. If I'm not mistaken, the indices have given well over 30 to 40% kind of returns, whichever index you look at it, maybe Nifty, CNX mid cap, or even some of the small cap indices. A lot of investors actually tell us that in the last 1 year market has already gone up, and now if I want to do my tax planning, should I be investing in equity or not? I would say that from a 3-year perspective, equity is still an ideal asset class. As far as equity markets are concerned right now, in the last 1 year, yes, the market has gone up, but the macro environment has only turned in India's favor. Interest rates are most likely to come down. Inflation, we can already see it has come down. Oil prices have come down. From a global perspective, the fall in oil prices stands to benefit countries like the US and India. Things are going to shape up extremely well. You can see some action coming up as far as the governance in this country is also concerned. So my limited point to you is that this is just the beginning of a long ride towards wealth creation. We welcome you all to participate in this journey. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I wish you all the best.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.